Hello, I wait here for you. So I didn't do any studying today. I had the time, but I didn't have the energy, so I just played Terraria for the rest of it. But first, went to church, and then I took mom. Mom and we drove all the way down to like Muncie to pick up her friend, and drove an hour to Indianapolis to hang out with my brother and grandma and my other mom's friend, and that was fun. We were at the pool. I got to tan just a little bit. You can barely see the tan line, kind of, or I'm just being delusional. And then we drove home, and then I forgot what I was gonna say. And then my mom and I went shopping. She took forever, but I got a tripod and a microphone, a really cheap microphone, but it's enough for me to make this video I've been thinking about for a while. What's been on my mind lately? So obviously, I've mentioned that Cece and I are we're just going steady. We're just going steady, if you will. But we're not really that serious. I mean, we're talking pretty consistently, like every day, very often. And since our conversation yesterday, I'm very glad that like I know where we stand. That we're like not incredibly serious, because we can't be, because we haven't seen each other in person. But we kind of are at the same time, with how often we've been talking to each other, and how much, at least for me, emotionally connected I emotionally invested I am. And now that I know we're exclusive, it kind of just feels like a relationship, like not really. And of course that's what I'm hoping, but things can change when the time comes, for both ways. But I'm already just so nervous that I'm gonna mess it up. You know what I mean? I feel like I've been like myself around her, but I'm scared I'm gonna like, I don't know, say something stupid enough for her to leave. And it kind of forms like this this like a fog of insecurity. You know what I mean? Like where I feel like I have to like be my like self, but like a better version of myself, where like it's not like really myself, because myself, it would scare her away. But like it has to be myself. A lot of it has to be myself, because I don't want to. Because being somebody else, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like, chat, I really like her, you know what I mean? And I just, bottom line, I just don't want to mess it up. Even though it's like, I've only ran 10 yards until touchdown, you know what I mean? No, that was a terrible analogy. I've barely made like a step, you know what I mean, in the marathon, if you will. That's how you know. Like that's something I do. Whenever I say "if you will," that's how you know I made like the worst metaphor. Well, that's just where I'm at. I know I'm like, a part of me feels like I'm just fine, you know what I mean, but a really loud part of me thinks the opposite. So I'll see you later. New angle. Think about getting another haircut. I'm real honest. My hair grows really fast, but I'm actually really liking the sides now. Now that it's not like super like skin tight. But it's angled really weirdly. It's angled. Never mind. Had a good whole day. Really overloaded my back for the first time, because the straps are really helping, but now my back hurts, upper and lower, and I did a little bit of studying, just a little. And then took a nap. I went to volleyball and I had like a terrible time. I think that was the most tilted I've ever been. And in fact, I left like an hour early because of how tilted. I won't get too much in specifics, but this is the guy who shit talked, and I let him do it the whole time. I kept letting it dig into me. Pause. I don't know, I crashed out a little bit, but like I did it in a way where I thought I looked jovial in a way, like I thought I was like kidding around, but like after the game, the more I went on, the more it really just like stuck, and I don't know. Played really badly that game because I just let it like get into my head, and everybody was laughing at me each time I made a mistake, and that made me more in my head, and I made more mistakes, and they kept laughing at me. Everybody kept laughing at me. So I got some ice cream, and then I'm back home. I'm just gonna play some games now. And it's really glad I have this vlog because I feel like talking about it makes me feel better. Because the more I talk about it, the more I realize, oh, it's not even that big of a deal, and it really isn't. But it made me question whether or not I should keep playing volleyball because like I'm so emotionally charged, and that's not great for being a setter. And I can't even be a hitter. And if I spent all this time trying to get better and like have this much fun, but like I'm losing to like the worst people who all they need to do is be big and tall and shit talk. What's the point? You know what I mean? Like it's just that's always gonna be in the back of my head. It's like, oh, I would crumble, you know, in that situation again. But you know, I'll let a day pass and see what happens. It's probably not gonna be final, but I don't know. I'm just gonna play Terraria for the rest of the day. I wanted to talk about this with Cece really badly, but I can't let her be someone I vent to, especially I want to, because I don't really have anybody to, except for this. I don't talk to anybody about how deeply I feel on a daily basis or like day-to-day type things. But I feel like if I do, then all the weight will start like piling on them, and I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to be disappointed when they can't be available for me, and I'm stuck hanging like my last relationship for months. And I'm okay. I'm chilling. I'm gonna play some Terraria and sleep on it. Bye bye. You know, mirror vlog. Remember the old like bathroom shelf? I would always like have my phone on. Like that was like that was maybe a year ago. But then my dad remodeled the place and I don't have that anymore. Well, I kind of do, but it's not the same lighting anymore. It's not great. Good push day. Pump was crazy. Came home, took a nap, and then I studied a little bit, and then like a very little bit. Like I covered like the other half from yesterday. And then I played volleyball, and it was fun, I think. I didn't get to play the way I wanted to see because their passes were really bad today, and I couldn't run any like cool plays. But I said it a lot, I guess, but it was like the lamest things. It was like just a high ball, you know what I mean? And I almost got tilted again because people were laughing at me, but like lock in, you know what I mean? And I came home, took mom to Walmart to buy some stuff, got some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I got a $5 card, and then now I'm talking to Cece, and now I'm gonna go back to talk to her now. Bye bye. So, I had a good leg day, even though I overslept and I had to go after I took mom to work. It was good. Starting to feel not very confident in my body lately, but I got everything done before 1, which is a good thing. And then I took a big old nap. Took mom to work. I took mom home from work, and then just played Terraria, and then I played Stardew Valley with Cece. That was it. Bye bye. Well, the rest of my day was good. No, it wasn't that big of a deal, but it's just so terrible, dude. Every day was good. Every part of my day was good. I had a good whole day, and then I came home, finished all my work before 1, took a nap, and then played Terraria until I took mom home, and then I worked on that video like I've been wanting to. And then after 5 hours, I got to like 2 minutes worth of video. I'm like, wow, this is awesome. This is fire. And then I go to export that video to show to a CC. And I was like, oh shoot, I'm out of storage. I'm gonna just delete a bunch of like things out of my document. And I forgot, I don't know what I was doing. I don't know why I put no thought into it. I deleted the footage that I needed for that video. So I couldn't, not only could I not export it, but I also have to restart the whole video now. Not recording it. I still have the footage, but all the edits, basically I have to restart everything, like editing wise, which really sucks. Really sucks. So I did like, I spent 5 to 6 hours on it. I think I deleted like 5.5 hours of it. So I didn't get rid of everything technically, because there's still like the edits, like the forms is still there. But basically I do just have to restart. And CC went to bed with and before I can get to bed as well. So like it didn't fucking matter anyway. So I'm kind of pissed off, but you know, it is what it is. There's something I can do about it. Bye. So, had a really good push day. I, for some reason, just had a bicep pump just in the middle of the workout. And that always happens, even if I'm doing like leg day or something, or like abs, like I'll always find a way to just have a bicep pump. So overall, I was just looking crazy. Studied, and I didn't even take that big of a nap today. It took maybe like at most 30 minutes or like an hour maybe. And then I just spent the day just editing, and I did the biggest brain move. I know how I lost like the footage yesterday, but I did this really cool thing where I recompiled the two footages that made the missing. Recompiled the two like pieces of footage that made up the lost media and renamed it the same name as the media that I lost, and like replaced it like automatically. And I thought it was like hacker man. Anyway, and then I just played Terraria for the rest of the day, and I'm done with the part of my video where it's just the intro. I still have to, all the footage that I have before like the actual thing I've edited, which is good. Bye.